Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. Before we get into today's session, I'd first like to take a moment and thank our sponsor for today's video, which is Blinkist. Blinkist is a truly awesome, very unique that takes basically like audiobooks and condenses them somewhat into cliff notes, creating blinks or basically like little digestible chapters that you can listen to podcast style or read them if you prefer. Blinkist also offers full-length audiobooks for premium memberships that get a special pricing of up to 65% off the regular retail price. Blinkist also has a new feature which is called Shortcasts, where Blinkist has teamed up with popular podcast creators so that you can get to the heart of a podcast episode quickly. I love Blinkist. I have been using it for about a year since I started working with them. And like I said, I have found nothing similar, like nothing really is in the same category from what I've discovered that Blinkist is in. Today, Bamba and I are having a chill day. It looks like it's going to rain soon, so we're going to snuggle up, listen to some blinks, and chill out. Some titles that I would recommend to you are The Upside of Your Dark Side by Todd Kashdan and Robert Biswas-Diener, Chatter by Ethan Cross, and What Would You Do If You Weren't Afraid by Mitchell Oshman. I hope you will take advantage of the generous offer here from Blinkist. The first 100 people to go to my link below in the video subscription here are going to get unlimited access for a full week to try it out. So full week free, cancel within that week to keep it free. And if you decide to follow through with the full membership, you will be getting 25% off. How wonderful. Thank you so very much to Blinkist for sponsoring this video. And now let's get into our session. Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by luneinnate, and what I'm creating for you today is hopefully a relaxing video that helps you kind of chill out or switch gears or just kind of find a little peace. Maybe get some ASMR audio or visual triggers as well if you enjoy. You could also use this as a method to communicate to your subconscious mind, your subliminal mind, chew on some healthy thoughts, some healthy ideas. And what I mean by healthy is like empowering. And if you're open to the concepts of energy work by proxy, you can treat this as a distance energy work session. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I teach classes almost every Saturday, except I am taking July off for a little summer break. And, I'm not teaching. I have had a lot of people reach out. I'm not hosting any one-to-one offerings at this point. I just have so much on my plate. And I'm focused on teaching. So if you're called to have a session, there's plenty of other people, of course. But if you're really like resonating, I would really encourage you to take a class. You might really get what you need out of it, or at least open the door and follow the breadcrumb trail. As we always keep going on our unique paths and practices and stuff like that. So our session today is going to be a theme of bloom. Blooming, like receiving, letting the light shine on your face, letting the sun come down on you, presenting yourself, being yourself. And at the time that I'm making this, we are in a Cancerian season. Hi, fellow Cancers. But this kind of has like a Leo-esque vibe to it. So part of me was thinking, maybe I should save it. But, when the message is there for me, I really want to honor it when the push is there. So there might be some of you who may have been going through a period in your life of transformation. You may have been, expanding your mind, expanding your values. Maybe expanding is not the best word there, but like really kind of taking in your value system. You may have been working on yourself, working on your body. You may have just had an internal realization, right? But there's this time in the summer, here in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, of course, here in the summer where I am now, and wherever you are when you watch this, it could be the dead of winter. It's okay, these aren't limited by time or anything like that. But there's something to be said for the wobble, that like, okay, I'm putting myself out there, or okay, like, let me have that. I am this person now. I am this person. I always have been. I've learned that. Let me receive. Let me connect. Let me be seen. Let me just, feel this and embody this. So I hope that kind of makes sense. And regardless of what you're personally going through, our intentions are going to cover, all the groundwork here. So I hope that you enjoy. Right? We do have a candle today, as we always do, most of the time, 99% of the time. Okay, and I'm going to be lighting this, but first, I'm going to dress the candle with some of these lovely incense, like loose incense that you could put on a piece of charcoal. Which I do love that method. I just don't use it in my videos because it's kind of like extra smoky and I'm in a small room and I don't want my fire alarm to go off at you. But these are some, just to show you, in case you're curious, incense from Deshampsia. A lovely mix of loose herbs, and it smells so nice. So I'm gonna pick some up. So again, I'm gonna take a little pinch here and just dress the candle. Bring you back so you don't hurt your eyes. Just the intention to support this blooming, this self-expression, this realizing of self. And, I don't want to say this as a vulnerability, but an openness to being seen, to letting the light shine into all the cracks and crevices and all the journey behind you, the journey ahead. Just illuminate, charge. And again, a lot of receptivity is in our theme today. Right, let me put the cap on this so I don't spill it. Will light this on behalf of the highest and greatest good and perfect comfort, perfect alignment. Our intention today is, as always, to support balance, harmony, alignment, empowerment, an open invitation of sorts of what is right for you uniquely, what your higher self would deem worthy of receiving for you during this energy transmittal in this intention, in this space that you're carving out for yourself, as you just allow this to play and let your mind chew on it, let your energy maybe be treated by it if you accept, of course. But I want to add another intention in alignment with our theme. And that is about courage in being seen and allowing yourself to receive. It is about worthiness, it is about perseverance as the lotus, blooms through the mud and the muck, like up to the very surface to receive the light. It is the acceptance as well of how joyful it is to watch someone own their stuff, like own their power, receive their blessings, and how that kind of sets off a trigger or a domino through our reality, maybe beyond, if you're open to it, that, allows more to bloom in a sense, or inspires more to bloom, or creates that safe space for others to be out there, be seen, receive, be themselves in their power. And of course, we all go through the cycles of recreation, rebirth, let's say, again and again, as we have experiences and grow and come back around a little wiser, right? Maybe a little more flexible, maybe a little more compassionate, right? Please don't be limited by my words here. But again, confidence, worthiness, receptivity, allowing yourself to receive, and the joy of watching others in their power, and knowing that you being in your power and you letting that sun hit your face or whatever it is, however you connect in that way, and just how much of an influence it makes on all of us around, So if you have your own wish, your own intention, something you're looking to manifest or receive, or any way you'd like to direct this session for yourself, please have a look at this little flame, this little candle here. Just send in your wish, declare your will through this portal, this doorway, this little keyhole into the ethers, and send in your message. Okay. Alright, okay, so we are going to start with some crystals today. And the first I wanted to work with is this gorgeous, predominantly green, but rainbow fluorite. And I know my light is green, so it is influencing the color here, but this gorgeous rainbow fluorite, double terminated piece. This is actually from Monk and Moon. It's stunning, like out of a movie, out of a anime or like graphic novel or something, just fairy tale, like sci-fi. Just gorgeous. And I wanted to bring this in first to kind of honor the double termination here, that because you are blooming, or because we're connecting with this theme of, really having that strength, like having that determination, perseverance, the odds, sometimes against us, and then we find a way through the cracks, through the sidewalks to, bloom. It's so funny here in Florida. It's much more of like a fertile space, just given the humidity at the very least. And you will see like plants growing in the funniest of places, like, along the side. I'm sure this is other places too, but I have never really seen this so much. And even in my place outside, there's like this little hole or space in the, the side of the house. And like this little plant has been growing there for some time, and it's just so cool. So anyway, I wanted to connect through this correspondence with not only the receiving and the connection from the light above, the knowledge, the warmth, the, shining a light on yourself, or receiving the light that is shined onto you, the compliments, the appreciation, right? But also kind of honoring the root of it as well, and that you are receiving from earth, you are receiving from sky or spirit or sun, however you want to think of it today. But you're also delivering, you're also delivering that warmth, that illumination, we could say, through, like down through, and it seeps out your roots, almost like more like a nexus point or portal. So as you allow yourself to be seen, to receive, to be out there in the light of the world, it's more than it's the delivering of authenticity and of personal power that is shared and, conducted in a sense through you and the wave, the frequency that you hold in that. Sorry, this is such a mouthful today. I do apologize for those of you who, want something quiet all the time. Maybe I'm not the best at that. But let's connect with the fact that as you receive, you also give, and as you give, you also receive, and that your ultimate truth and happiness and just being yourself has such a tremendous effect on the entire atmosphere around you. All right, so we're going to channel through this gorgeous, like so pretty. So pretty here. We're going to channel through to clear this channel, this pathway within you. Again, right, this nexus space, this meeting of spirit or light and illumination, consciousness, blessings, right? And also the fact that, it's shared. You don't contain it, you share it, you embody it, right? You send it out as well. But you're receiving. And your roots here as well, providing you with opportunity, providing you with your manifestive goals, your resources, receiving from this space, this emotional fulfillment here as well. Just want to connect with these dualistic energies that you're kind of working with here. And we're going to clear that channel. Not that it's messy, but just to support a strong feeling of knowing that you are more than you, You are connected in ways that, it's hard to even fathom. And that your truth, your beingness, I keep saying that word, but your, allowance of, again, blessings or miracles or love or whatever is experienced by you as well as many others. It's held in this realm, conducted in this realm. And when you see someone else out there blooming, receiving, you can hold joy for them. You can hold gratitude because there's no reason to be jealous in that presence. You're in the field. You are sharing, you are receiving, you are tingling and bouncing off and resonating. And it just tells you how close you are to the same experiences or parallel, similar, shared experiences. You are a child of divine forces. You are earth, spirit, meeting, channeling through, sharing through. We're just going to clear, focusing down now. I'll bring you back. Excuse me. Focusing down into the roots to support your manifestations, to support connecting with all that you need here. Over your head. It's a two-way street in both directions here. Connecting with your more cosmic lines, cosmic roots. Your hair, maybe. For receiving, but also sending back up all that you learn. Your soul's development. Right? I'm just going to put this fire candle over here. Alright, so we're going to be using this tower. This is also from Monk and Lune. This is a moss agate generator. And I'm sorry, I only have a green light today. You can kind of see the markings, I hope. No, I want to go back. There we go. chalcedony content. Moss agate. Very fertile, very lush. And we're going to be using this. I know it has a similar look. But to fortify the energetic soil of the self, the turning over of the soil, the energetic nutrient of the soil, the processing, the germination, right? The space, this fertile space. So we're going to focus down into the root here, but I'm going to focus at your face as if it's like almost like consumed and sent down to receive, enhancing your connection to the fertility of where you've been, what you've experienced, what you've come through, the mud of the lotus, the mud space of the lotus, the earth below the redwoods, your flower garden, your herb garden, and just recognizing that all the good, all the bad, all of it has been beneficial in creating this fertile soil for you to grow forth from, to dig your roots in deeper and to shoot and elevate yourself up into the light. And I say that not as if darkness is bad, of course, but just speaking about the sun, awareness, visibility. And as we're connecting with the kind of fertility here, I want to bring in this self-love spray from Enchanted Essences. I'm going to spray my hand. Really go crazy. Right, and we're going to connect and just focus. Excuse me. Sorry. Connect and focus again on this soil, on this history, on this space that, we're born from every day, that we rise from. Just making sure that this is completely, I don't want to say saturated because that sounds a bit drowning, but completely absorbed with this self-love, with just self-worth, knowing how valuable you, your experiences, your knowledge, your vibe is, how beneficial, how important it is for you to love yourself, to forgive yourself, to know how worthy you are of receiving all the love, all the joy, all the wealth, all the generosity, all the compassion, all the time and patience, all the self-acceptance. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. That you could ever, require at any given time through any experience. Right? And then another from Algie. This is a natural citrine point. It's truly so cool, so beautiful. Let's see if I can focus it for you. It's just not the easiest. But this is a green light, of course, so it's going to influence the color. But just so you can get a little glimpse of the shaping here. Obviously quite translucent, transparent. I guess we can kind of almost see through it, not quite. And we're going to think of this as receiving the sun, receiving the warmth, receiving the encouragement, the again, like visibility, the sharing, the information, the knowledge, the awareness, the aspects of soul as well, the aspects of healthy, beneficial ego, honoring yourself, honoring your journey, the release of comparison. You don't have to be like anyone else. And if you are like everyone else, that's okay too. Let's not compare. It's just about being you in your moment, being flexible with, yes, you will shift, you will change, you will evolve time and time again. And we're going to use our solar warm honey resin sort of energy, calling it in, the frequencies of the sun, calling it in to support and shine down on you. Moving through, drawing in these symbols. Feel the warmth start to energize within you, within your core, within your heart. And I'm going to leave this crystal, this citrine, right near you. We're going to use this sun tuning fork, 126.22 hertz. And keep focus on this solar activation. Make sure you do get a little time in the sun if you're able to. Connect perhaps with your emotions, your water. Connect with your intellect, your awareness. Allow the sun frequency. It's the best I can do, given our medium here. But allow the solar frequency to be received by you. Invite it into your cells, into the space between your cells, for a benevolent activation, for courage, illumination, acceptance, self-acceptance, self-worth. Working specifically with the hemispheres of the mind. First, the left. Then the right. So now we're going to use this gorgeous stone from the Real Crystal Witch. This is a, oh my gosh, like flower agate. I think it has a simple name, kind of like that. I'm sorry, this light doesn't show you. It is more of a peachy, orangey sort of color with these almost looks like flowers blooming sort of markings. And we're going to focus on combing this through your auric field, just to pour that bloom, that sun, face to face, shining up, presenting yourself, being yourself, living in your truth here, and who you are, combing through, calling out your blossoming self into more of the shared experience, into the environment, to be seen, to be appreciated, to be in your truth. Take all the time you need to connect with concepts like this. It's never worth rushing your own growth or anything. So if you're watching this and you still feel a little wavery, unready, that's okay. Take your time. Just allow yourself to store this for later. It should be comfortable, it should be easy, it can be delicate. There's nothing forced here. It's all about giving yourself that time to connect, to not force yourself in any way. Focusing on the chakra points, the blooming of your spiritual connection. Your third eye, the blooming of your intuition and subtle senses. Your subconscious, your throat, the blooming of your intellect, your communicative skills, your self-expression, your heart. Hello. The blooming of your heart space, of your soul connection, of your desires, of your non-judgmental love of self, your truth, your soul experience, your solar plexus, the blooming of the empowered ego, the mature ego, we could say, your independence, your authenticity, your sacral, the blooming of your, again, emotional, how can we say this? I don't say maturity, but wisdom, the wisdom that comes in the emotional realm of reading the signs and being guided but not tossed around. The blooming of your relationships, your connections, the blooming of your creative energy, your creative force and potential, and the roots, the blooming of your connection here to this earth, the deepening of your roots here in this earth for your manifestations, for your legacy, for your experience, for your lessons, for your lineage. Focusing in the palms, the receptive palm points, the blooming of your receiving, the openness of your receptivity to that which is supportive of you. Focusing on the dominant palm point, the release, the expression, the showing up, the boundaries, the creations, the mark you leave behind every step you go, the wave that you hold, the frequency, the key shared. Uplifting spray all around you. And behind you. Below your feet. Above your head. Smells so lovely. It's somehow minty and orangey, and you would think that would like clash like flavors, but it smells so good. And we're just gonna work through into the auric field, this uplifting intention, supporting your growth, your showing up. Truth, your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your like, deal with it energy, you know, like, I'm here, deal with it. This is me, deal with it. I'm wearing a funny dress, deal with it. Really empowering this field, really focusing. Right, and we're gonna fluff the aura now. Really making this thick and fluffy, resilient. Not that you're not all on your own, you are, but resilient. Honoring of your own personal ecosphere, atmosphere, your own compass, your own timeline, your own like way time moves for you at different stages in your life. Right, and we're just going to use this singing bowl now to really wake up, but not in a forceful way, but just kind of like really resonate all that we're talking about and all the energy we're from today into the body, like an invitation of like kind of sealing it in or enhancing how receptive you've been to it potentially, right? enjoyed your little session today. Thank you so much for allowing me to share a little piece of your path tonight, and thank you for being such a significant part of mine. I hope that you enjoyed this. From the very bottom of my heart, I bow to the divine within you and within I, and to this interesting connection that we share. I know it's weird, but it's cool. Very, very, very much love to you. Thank you to Patreon specifically, and you, thank you for truly just allowing me to share a little piece of your path. Thank you for your comments, likes, subscribing, for the encouragement, for, I don't do this for comments, right? But I can't tell you how rewarding it is to feel appreciated in the comments, and I always feel like my efforts are so appreciated. So thank you so much for all of that. And also thank you to those I've been so blessed to work with for Reiki and Reiki training and stuff. I'm so, so, so honored. All right, so very, very, very much love to you. And